is happening, my friends? So I'm on a road trip for the trip of road tripping sakes, and I figured it'd be a good time to do a Duramax L5P 2018 year model review. So somewhere I am in the Virginia mountains. I'm heading back towards Michigan. This is just an awesome road. It's US 250, I believe. That's what the GPS says. There's zero cell phone service. This is so much fun. So cool to be driving this. And it's really fun in a diesel because you get the exhaust brake and the transmission slowing you down going down the hills, and it's just super fun. It'd be fun in almost anything, any kind of vehicle except a low boy or something long like a semi. I don't think you can even bring that on on this road here. But anyways, the Duramax has done awesome. I love this new one. As far as power goes, the L5Ps have a lot more, and I'm comparing stock to stock. So L5P compared to LML. The L5P has a lot more low-end grunt noticeable torque, and along with that a lot more high-end power. It's just more powerful all the way around. I love this engine so much better than the LML. Now that's from the standpoint of having a stock engine. Some may disagree that, well, you can't tune the L5Ps, which is not true. For $6,000 you can get this thing to 550 horsepower and like 1,200 wheel horsepower from Duramax tuner. And then Banks has the Derringer. I think that puts it up to like 500 horse. But anyways, the L5Ps are tunable. It's just how much money. But I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm going to keep it completely stock and just drive it. The chassis is the same as the outgoing LML. So the 2020s, they do have a new chassis, so I'm sure that's going to be a totally different drive and ride and towing capacity and all that stuff. But this one, nonetheless, with the different cab and the cab mounting structures, the only thing different from this model year to my old 13 LML. So it is quieter, it does ride nicer. Again, the suspension, the chassis is all the same, so they did just improve the ride and how quiet it is just through the redesigned cab. So that's a big bonus and improvement. As far as the DEF goes, I really don't mind the DEF up there in the engine compartment. And to be honest as well, the DEF tank down below, like, it's not an issue. Now in 2020, I believe they're going to put the DEF tank, the fill nozzle in front of or not in front of, but next to the gas tank. Oh, we've got sheep or lambs or whatever they are. Sheep. This is just such cool country. So they're going to move the DEF fill to where the diesel fill is, which is fine. They're going to move the tank, which is fine. I never had an issue with it over in the corner, but I also don't take, well, we finally got service. I also don't take a 9,000-pound truck with stock tires on it in places where this truck will get stuck, because it will get stuck easily in sand or mud or whatever. So other than that, the interior is just way better. Everything about the interior, the gauges, the whole infotainment and heating and AC controls is way better. The steering wheel is better. The controls in the steering wheel are better. Unfortunately, and a lot of people will disagree, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but I really like the trailer controls on the left-hand side. I think that's the perfect spot for them. So I may have to just get used to, look at this little town. I love road tripping. So I like them over here. I think that's the perfect spot for it. They are going to move it over to the right. So whatever, let them move it over to the right. Oh, we got the police. Hopefully I'm not speeding. I don't even know the speed limit. what was I saying? Trailer towing. Just the interior is so much better. The center console layout is better. You've got AC, you've got the cigarette lighter thing, you know, all the conveniences of whatever modern trucks are here, and this thing is just nailed it out of the park. So, oh, let's go over. I'll show you the fuel mileage. So that right there, I got 27,000 miles, 28,000 miles. This truck's complete average, pulling, idling, I've had it for a year, has been 14.6. So you could almost call it 15. That's with pulling the gooseneck, anywhere from 10 to 16,000 pounds on it. So it is an overall average for a 9,000 pound truck. I think that's pretty darn good. If you scroll down, this is the recent average. So I left home in Michigan and I put 1,080 miles on it since then. I had the tires rotated, and the average is 19.7. So I have averaged speed-wise 65 to 70, probably this last little hour here, hour and a half. That's decreased to maybe 60, but nonetheless, on a road trip, unloaded by itself, 65, 70 miles an hour, you're going to get 20 miles to the gallon. You can, let's see, here is a just average, current average. I do have turn tow haul mode off. 1920, that's the last 400 miles. So overall, these new trucks are great. I like the DEF. I like them quiet. They're more powerful. The L5P's got a stout overbuild to it. Go check out Gale Banks. He's got a lot of videos, and Duramax Tuner has a lot of videos on how this newer L5P was really overbuilt for, you know, I imagine GM will use this engine platform probably for a good, I don't know, 5 years or so is my guess before they do a redesign again. But lots of overhead for future power increases. It'll be interesting to see what the 2020s will have for a power increase. I know they do have a 10-speed Allison transmission. Technically, I don't know, arguably not an Allison, but it's still an Allison. GM owns Allison, so whatever, it's an Allison. As long as it works, I'm good with it. And I do like the Allison name. So that is I think I'll leave it right there, but that's the Duramax update. I got it because I didn't tell you why I got it. I really like the old LML. It was just getting a lot of miles on it, and I wanted just to have I wanted the warranty back on it. I was looking at, you know, it was maybe going to need, I just might need a fuel pump, it might need a turbo. I was looking at upgrading it, you know, getting more power out of it, but then you're looking at a tranny, transfer case. I mean, I could have dumped 20 grand into that thing and had another good couple 100,000 miles out of it, or I could just trade it in and get a new one and have a warranty and not have to do anything to it. So it's kind of the route and the reason I went with it. The main thing I miss about the old LML, it was just broken enough to where I didn't necessarily care if it was dirty, and you know, but whatever. This one is just so much more quiet, rides better, pulls better, more powerful, a little bit better fuel economy, so that's good. And yeah, that's what it is. So I hope you like the driving review. Tell me what you think about the Virginia woods here. It's pretty, look at the river. I mean, this is such a fun road trip. All right, I'm out. We'll see you guys later.